Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tea and Our Lifestyles. Today, we will be talking about loving yourself.
Love and happiness.
Love and happiness. First of all, let's talk about being in a relationship, because sometimes we lose ourselves in a relationship, trying to establish and make other people happy. But we still have to love ourselves and know who we are in that relationship. Just recently, just talking among friends and other people, find that some people are married or been in relationships for a long time, and they're expecting others to give them what they should be giving themselves. Let me explain that.
Okay. All right.
What I mean by loving yourself, you don't have to have someone always tell you you're beautiful. I love you. Oh, you look nice today. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, girl, you look good.
Fabulous.
You are a queen.
You better straighten that crown.
You better straighten that crown.
Okay.
Because a person can't make you happy. You can be happy with that person, but they can't make you happy. Let me explain it a little bit more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so what if they're moping around or they're having a bad day? Don't let their unhappiness become your unhappiness. That's what I mean. Because they're miserable. Don't let that misery become your misery. My mom always said to love yourself first. She always told me that. And I'm still growing into that. I'm still learning that. But the more and more I live and experience life, I realize I love me so much. I do, Tanya.
I do too. I love me, honey.
I love me. And with everything going on with the pandemic and everything, and people, feeling a certain way because, they're not getting out or they're not seeing people or just not having the things that they may have previously had. But you still have you.
That's true.
You still have you.
You're going to always have you.
You're going to always
And you have to be true to yourself because you have to wake up and go to sleep.
How's everything okay?
Pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you. We are enjoying this beautiful restaurant here, Hot Spice in Atlanta, Georgia, off of Cobb Parkway. So you may hear us talking to our server a little bit. But what do you think, Tanya? Like, say if you're in a relationship and you've been married 25 years, which we're not, but just hypothetically, and because it's hard out there dating and finding the one or finding someone's perfect, because no one is. But when you are giving all that you have, and that person knows that they're giving all that they have, you can't expect more from them because they may not have been born with that. They may not have been raised to be an affectionate person.
Give me an example.
Like, say for
I'm
example,
expecting what?
Let me give you an example. Like, some men are not affectionate at all.
Okay.
And they're not talkative, but they may not have been raised that way. They may have been, or they may be introverts. So you can't get mad and say, I want a divorce from this person because he doesn't talk to me. I need a friend. I need a boyfriend or a male friend that I can talk to about life. But he may not be that type of person, but he may be a good person as far as a provider. He may be, faithful. He may be loving to you, because a lot of times love is not always affection. It may be financial, or it may be.
It's what you see. It's how you feel about what he's doing or she's doing to you, because because when it comes to, like Rhonda was saying, loving yourself,
right?
You have to love yourself to where you're satisfied. Like me, I love myself to where I just bought me a mirror vanity to do my makeup. Okay, it's got the lights around it and everything. I sit in there and I do my makeup, and it just makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good. I just got the floor is done in my house, it makes me feel good. My house is not a mansion. My house doesn't compare to a lot of my friends' homes, but it feels good to me.
To you,
okay?
Exactly.
And when I'm happy with me and don't compare myself to anyone else,
no,
then I can be happy in any relationship. You understand?
Because a lot of times we looking on the outside in, like you see somebody say, "Oh, her husband doing this and her husband doing that, or they have this and they have that." You don't know, like my mother used to always say, you don't know how it comes, and you don't know how it's going over there. So don't be jealous or hate on someone else because you don't know what's really going on over there behind closed doors. And then you compare what's going on behind your closed doors to what's going on over there. And it's a facade.
And sometimes what's going on over there may be better than your situation.
Right.
It may be. But that's when it comes to the choices you make. Are you going to stay in that situation? Or are you going to move on and make it better for yourself? Okay? Because when you saying that the person was in a relationship, whoever, and he's not communicating with her, or she's not communicating with him, but you knew that from the beginning, right?
Right. When you married him, you knew he was not. You can't make somebody be who they're not.
Right. You knew that from the beginning.
Right.
But you continue to have that relationship with him and get married.
Right.
Now the accountability stands on you.
Right.
You know, just like one friend told me, however you start is how you're going to end
up.
That's how you're going to end. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Now, we're not saying stay in an abusive relationship with they're verbally, financially, physically abusing you. But just because they're not talking like you want them to talk, or they're always at home and not wanting to do stuff and not wanting to go places.
So what's the solution to that? Let's just say he's not talkative. What do you think?
Well, if he's not talkative, you can't force him to be talkative at all.
What else you should do?
Well, you have to work within yourself to, if you have say, for example, you have friends that you talk to, still talk to your significant other, husband, about what's going on, what you love, what you don't love, and you may find that you enjoy talking with him about stuff. He may not be able to give you advice, and a lot of times men may just sit there and listen.
Right.
But if he's listening, he's offering a listening ear. Find the love within yourself and the happiness within yourself, and understand that he's not a big talker. You can't force him to be a big talker.
But that can't. But Rhonda, that can't put a damper in a relationship if he doesn't express himself. Because a lot of times, you may be in a relationship, and this woman or this man may say, "I didn't see that coming. I didn't know. And a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, you knew because you're in a relationship. You knew." So, but a lot of times you don't know because the person isn't communicating with you in any kind of way. So now, it can dampen a relationship if the person is not, communicating.
Yeah, it can be a damper in that sense. But again, the key to that is communicating with that person your desires or how you feel. And if it doesn't work, then you can't get mad at the person. You just understand that that's just how he is. Just like he wants you to be a certain way, and you know that's not how you can be, then you don't want him to get mad with you.
But then there's compromise too. You gotta compromise.
You have to compromise. Like, well, if you can at least say you're going to work on it, then I will say, we'll come to an agreement. I'll work on this, and if you work on that, can we agree to do that? That's
in order to work on it, you have to acknowledge that there is a problem with me.
Right, there's a problem, and work on it.
Yeah.
Not go seek someone outside of the relationship and try to work with them, because that's not going to work. You can't love two people equally and expect to have a relationship with both of them equally. Somebody's going to be lacking. So if you're married, you're seeking an outside affair with someone who's married or someone who's even not married. It's just, your vows were not designed.
You're treading on thin line.
Right, very thin.
You know what I mean?
You're not happy at home saying you don't want that person, but then if they find out you're out there, and then they say they don't want you anymore, then are you willing to face that reality? Like, now my marriage is over, you know. So be ready to face whatever behavior. Be ready to face the consequences for that behavior. But again, as we wrap it up, love yourself.
Be true to yourself.
And be true to yourself, and not expect someone else to fulfill that, a human being. Because everybody is human. We make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And if you want forgiveness and you want love from that person, then you have to forgive and still offer love to that person.
That's true. I agree.
You agree? So, until the next time, toodles.
Peace.